It's time to start a reading vlog. I thought I did this already, which I looked back over my phone of the videos and I have not. So I am, and I'll link below the video I filmed trying to get my reading back on track because I haven't had that many 4 and 5 star books this year. I feel like maybe I don't know my reading style anymore, or I'm reading things that I should know ahead of time aren't going to be my thing. Sorry, I just had my hair up and took it down. But in that video that I'm going to post below, I said my first reading vlog of September is going to be books that I have given the author's other book, another of the author's book, a 5 star. So maybe these will be 5 stars as well. So the first one is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I gave Beach Read, which was my first Emily Henry, a 5 star. Loved the book. Recently saw Beach Read in the little free library across the street. When I walk Mabel, I kind of check to see what's in there, and we go by it several times a day. And it was in there this morning, and this afternoon's already gone because it's Beach Read by Emily Henry. This I've already started a little bit, and I kind of like it so far, kind of. And it took me a minute to get into Beach Read, I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're going to read this. I'm already starting on that. I'm going to read The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. I have read The Appeal, The Christmas Appeal, and what's the other one? Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels. I'm pretty sure that I gave The Appeal, and I'm pretty sure I gave The Appeal 5 stars. I think I gave The Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels either 4 or 5 stars. The Christmas Appeal was fine. It was a 3 star. It was a holiday edition featuring the characters in The Appeal. So it was kind of a bit silly, but fit the mood, right? So The Twyford Code, I've heard good things about it. I've heard not great things about it. So we're going to try that one. And then Jesmyn Ward, Where the Line Bleeds. This is her debut. I read her most recent book that she came out with, Let Us Descend, last year or the year before. And it was my favorite book of that year. Literary fiction, hard topics. But I really enjoy her writing style. So I'm excited to try another one of hers, even though I know it's going to be a little bit difficult to read. I like this copy because I got it in the mountains, and I haven't been in the mountains since last fall, and I don't foresee going there anytime soon. Just finances and all that fun stuff. You got to have money to be able to travel, and moving costs money, and that's what I did this year. I moved. That was my vacation. So anyway, come along with me while I read these 3 books, hopefully in a fairly quick turnaround time. I am also doing my work thing. I'm getting vaccinated tomorrow as a person with autoimmune disorder. I am able to get vaccine, the COVID vaccine, and I hope that they have it. I mean, I made an appointment for it, so they should have it, and the flu vaccine. I'm just going to go ahead and get them both out of the way. I'll just tell you, because this is a reading vlog about those 3 books, but I am trying to finish Crime and Punishment, which I have been buddy reading with my friend Andy, and I think Andy's done. I need to look at the Voxer. I've got 2 parts left, and I've got it on audio. I really need to get this done because I just need to move on. I have another Buddy Read audiobook to start as well. But like I was talking about, I'm also been in the midst of the project of alphabetizing and logging my books. I've done the fiction, well, most of the fiction, unread fiction. And I will have a video on that specifically, but you may see little snippets of it. And I hope to do another unhaul. That's the plan, because if they don't fit on my shelves, they can't stay. So I've got to make some hard decisions. So yeah, it's going to just be a vlog of reading. Hopefully not too many vaccination side effects. Yeah, we'll just see what we get up to. So come enjoy this reading vlog. Hopper says hi. Okay, just a quick update. I did finish People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is about Alex and Poppy. They've been friends since college, and they were from the same town or towns next to each other, but didn't know each other growing up and met in college. And they take trips every summer, just the two of them, and they're just friends, but it's kind of friends to lovers kind of storyline. I'm not sure if it's a full 5 stars. I liked it a lot. And I'm trying to think about the other Emily Henry I read was Beach Read, and do I feel like it, and Beach Read was a 5 star, so do I feel like it is totally the same level as Beach Read? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this, but I'll let you know when I close out the vlog if it reaches a 5 star for me, but definitely 4 star or higher. Is that good to say? We'll see. So I'm going to be reading The Twyford Code next by Janice Hallett. So I am going into the town next to me. I'm going to take the train in to the book festival in the town next to me. I am just a little bit into The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. Haven't really gotten too much into the story yet, so we'll see. I do have it on audio, but it's hard to sometimes follow the audio with the different forms of media and how it's headed and labeled in the text. So I may do a tandem read. I may read just with my eyes. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm excited to go to the book festival. Let's go. Give an update. I am probably about a third of the way through the Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. The main character is Steve. He is recently out of jail, and he is trying to find out what happened to a teacher of his that took him and a couple of classmates on a field trip and disappeared. So he is trying to figure that out and how it's related to a book. It's all in audio notes. I guess he's recording on a phone to someone named Maxine, which, unless I missed it, I haven't figured out who that person is yet. They seem to be someone he's checking in with since he was released from jail. So maybe a lawyer or somebody. I am not loving it. I don't know if it's the audio notes, but it's confusing. Some of them are presented in like voice 1, voice 2, and I can't remember who voice 1 and voice 2 are unless it says, and it doesn't always say. And then there's other parts where he's just speaking, recounting things that happened. And then there's also things going on with what happened to his family, which threw me for a loop. If you've read this, you know. Came out of nowhere. Not sure how it's all going to tie together. I have a couple of thoughts, which I'm not going to share in case they're spoilers. But I am going to continue reading it. I was trying to listen to it, but that just wasn't working for me based on the way that it's formatted. So I am reading this physically, and we'll see. It is going quickly because they're just little paragraphs. It's not like a whole bunch of chapters. They're kind of set in audio batches, like a batch of a certain number of audio files that someone is transcribing. So we'll see. I'm curious to know how all this fits together and what happened. But yeah, I'm not loving it, unfortunately. Okay, so just a quick update. I have finished the Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. This took me longer to finish than I would have liked. But yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts when I wrap up the vlog. And then I've already started Where the Line Bleeds by Jesmyn Ward. I'm barely into it, like a fourth into it. The chapters are long, so I'm 84 pages in, and that's through chapter 4. So this is about two twin brothers who, two twins, that's kind of redundant. Okay, so twin brothers who have graduated from high school and are looking for jobs and what's next. They're in Mississippi off the Gulf Coast, and they live with their grandmother. So we're kind of seeing that relationship so far. You know, Jesmyn Ward is a beautiful writer, and definitely seeing that and the depth that she's going into with making each brother their own, and also their relationship as well. Okay, it's time to close out this vlog. This vlog actually took a lot longer than I meant for it to take. But I decided to try and read 3 books that are by authors that I've previously given 5 stars to, in hopes of finding another 5-star. I talked a little bit about how my reading has just kind of been, I don't know, less than stellar. I haven't had that many 5 stars this year. And so I really wanted to try and find some. And the sad news is I did not. But it hasn't been a total wash. So let's review the books that I read during this vlog. The first one I read was Emily Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. I previously read Beach Read, which was my first Emily Henry, and I gave it 5 stars. This book is about Alex and Poppy, and they are college friends who take vacations together once a summer, and then something happens on one of these vacations, and they stop talking for a couple of years, and then Poppy wants to take one last vacation with Alex and reaches out. They start talking again. I liked this a lot. I like how Emily Henry writes banter. She's really good at that. She's really good at character development. And for the most part, I liked this story. There were parts of it that were a little annoying and just, I felt like written in for convenience sake. But it was a 4-star. So I feel like that was it's still a win. It's still, I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to pick up another Emily Henry. The next book I read was The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. I've previously given The Appeal and The Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels 5 stars. And this just wasn't it for me, which I have heard from other people. This is about a school teacher who goes missing on a field trip. One of the students, as an adult, gets out of prison for an unrelated charge, and he wants to find the teacher, find out what happened to her. And there's some connection with the Twyford Code, which is a code that was written in a book by kind of an author that wrote children's books and was banned, like the books were banned, and a lot of speculation about that. I had to read the last part of this twice because I just didn't believe it, couldn't follow it. If you know, you know. what this is about at the end. So that was kind of a disappointment, but I'm giving it like 3 stars because I don't do half stars anymore. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 star. And then yesterday I finished Where the Line Bleeds by Jesmyn Ward. I read Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward a couple years ago when it came out and gave it 5 stars, 5 glowing stars. Her writing is beautiful. The story is emotional and heartbreaking. This story, this is her first. This was her debut, because after I read Let Us Descend was the first Jesmyn Ward I read. I then decided to go and buy a number of her other works, Jesmyn Ward's other works. And this story is about twins, Joshua and Christoph, who are raised by their grandmother. And we come into the story when they're graduating from high school, and kind of their quest to find work in a small Mississippi town, and their relationship with each other, Joshua and his, I guess, first girlfriend. I liked it. I did like the relationship between the twins and how they protected each other even when it didn't seem like they were. I didn't love it. And especially, again, in this one, and I don't know if it was just me and where I'm at right now, but I had to read the last couple chapters again because I just thought, what just happened? Huh? What was that? So it's about family. It's about connection. It's about expectations, and all things that I like. The writing was beautiful, and I have a lot more Jesmyn Ward on my shelves and will be reading it. I'm going to give this a 4 star. So 2 4 stars and a 3 star, while not a 5 star. I feel like that wasn't a waste. And found 2 authors. These 2 authors definitely going to read from again. Janice Hallett, I mean, yeah, I'm going to read from her again, honestly, because this might just have been a fluke because I've liked her first work, and I've liked one, I think A Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels came after the Twyford Code, so maybe this just was not the one for me. Let me know if you've read any of these or these authors, if there are other books that you recommend by them. Like I said, I do have more Jesmyn Ward. I think I have a young adult novel by Emily Henry. I don't think I have any more Janice Hallett on my shelves because we're trying to read my shelves and find a 5 star, like back here and over here. Those are read books, but you know, all that. There's lots of books everywhere. Thank you so much for following along on my journey to find a 5 star. This will continue. This is only episode 1 because I still have not found a 5 star. So if you want to follow this journey, definitely hit subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back. I think next time I'm going to do one book that I have very high hopes for. Maybe. Are my hopes too high? That's the question. I hope y'all are doing well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.